Cloudy and cold in the Western Cape today. A severe flood warning has been issued with a huge storm approaching the city, we're told. And let me take you live to Cape Town. eNCA's Candice McKechnie joins us from the mother city. So the front are pretty much here in the next hour, Candice. Heavy rain to the Western Cape. Bulk of the rain will fall between 5 and 8 p.m. tonight. What's it look like?
Hi, Jeremy. Well, it's been a very cloudy start to the day, and we've had intermittent light showers for much of the day. In fact, you've caught us in a bit of a dry patch at the moment, but we're expecting that rain to start again. So up until now, we've really seen prefrontal showers, so only very small amounts of rainfall. You'll already see quite a bit of water on the ground, the ground already starting to be quite waterlogged, especially in some of the informal and low-lying areas. And of course, that is where we'll see the flooding over the next 24 to 48 hours. As you mentioned, that frontal system about to move in the next hour or so, and as it moves in, we'll start to see that rainfall really picking up as well. With that, between 25 and 50 millimeters of rainfall expected probably in the next 24 to 48 hours. And of course, that amount of rainfall over a short period of time on these already waterlogged grounds could really wreak some havoc. There'll be a good chance of flooding not only over roads but even into some people's homes. We always see people displaced with a big frontal system, and this particular front is really interesting because it's very slow moving, so it will push a large amount of rainfall over a region over a very short period of time, and then we have a secondary front which reinforces that rain in the second part of the day and into tonight, and of course windy conditions also expected with that.
Well, let's talk about the wind. I mean, how bad is that likely to get?
Well, we're looking at wind speeds of between 20 and 30 knots, so gale force winds expected, and of course damaging winds expected with this particular system as well. It's really interesting because the large front is actually the one that will bring the rain, and then the little front that moves in behind it is a very windy system. And not only will those damaging winds affect all along the Western Cape coastline, but it'll even affect the Eastern Cape coast through to tomorrow and tomorrow morning. And with that, we'll also see the swells picking up, so wave heights are going to be really big all along that coastline, in excess of 6 meters along the Western Cape coast and all the way through to Plettenberg Bay, right the way through to Thursday morning.
Do we have specific areas in Cape Town, Candice, that have now been declared potential flood areas?
So the South African Weather Service are the institution who send out these alerts, and the Cape Metropole is one of them. Obviously, because of the fact that it's an urban area, the drainage can be poor. So we do see flooding, not only because of the amount of rainfall, but also because the water doesn't run away. As well as the Overberg region, that's more because of the amount of rainfall that we're expecting, and the southern Winelands region. So that, in a slight way, is actually really good news because it is the mountainous regions and it is our catchment area. So we are expecting the bulk of that rainfall in a really important area for our rainfall amounts and our dam levels. So the bulk of that rainfall falling in those mountainous regions, but of course flooding possible into the Cape Metropole, and we'll definitely see that in the low-lying areas, especially in places with a poorer infrastructure.
All right, we'll have a nationwide weather check for you just before 2 o'clock live in Cape Town. Candice McKechnie, thank you very much indeed. Still to come.